today. Y'all are gonna be so happy that you're here. We all are the smart ones to show up. Laura, you did this last time, didn't you?
I've done it a few times. I don't think it hurts to follow up.
It doesn't, because I was just telling Justin that I added a couple stats and a couple little things and a couple little cheat things to help track things and so anyway, so you can always learn something, right? So okay, we are going to move on and maybe people will show up.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know. That's
Sure.
people. Small class here, you Zoomers. Okay. I'm not gonna introduce myself. I think it's okay. I'm not gonna introduce, yeah, people up there know who I am, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna spend the time doing that. We'll get right into it. Today, we're gonna talk about the touch systems and follow-up program. Because if you don't have the part of the system in order, then your follow-up program won't follow, if that makes sense. So we're gonna take half the time talking about the systems to get your database set up to have a good follow-up program. So it'll be a little bit of both. So the second part of it, we'll be talking about different ways to follow up, the systematic ways to follow up, how you should follow up, tips on things you can use to follow up, that kind of thing. So what we'll do is we'll get started here, and let me make sure you have the thingy though, if this doesn't work.
It should be working.
Okay, so here are some latest stats on from about agents and using CRMs and follow-up systems. So it says right here that 72%, you see a little smiley face, because yeah, this is good, right? This is good. 72.5% of there needs to be a space right there, of real estate professionals, oh, that needs a lot of spaces right there, use a CRM, okay? Wow, that looks really jumbled up from the way it looked last night. Because this
sometimes when it translates over.
This is all like,
yeah.
So when it went from a PDF from Canva to a PDF, it looks a little crazy, but the rest of it looks all right. So basically what that is saying is they have a tool to use, but not everybody uses it. Only 72% of them use or have a CRM system. 68% of agents actually utilize the CRM that they have available to them. So that's okay. That's not too bad. The bad part is here, the negative little upside down roll eye emoji. Only 9% of real estate agents are keeping in touch with clients after closing, according to the source. This, of course, is ChatGPT. I didn't list all the sources, but I think one was Facebook, one was Inman, one was another source. I don't know. The data point that only 9% of agents keep in touch with their clients post-closing implies that relatively few have sustained programs for past clients, which is exactly what we're going to be talking today, so that you're not one of those 9%. Only somewhere between 10 and 30% of agents have an effective structured touch program, ongoing and being consistent, to their database, including past clients, referrals, sphere of influence. Many more have tools or parts of a program, but don't follow them. So that is the data. And when ChatGPT says it's right,
it's probably not right. But I did hear from one of the things that matches that helps confirm that was literally, it was 80+% of people don't even remember who their agent was.
Do you want to see what's on this next one?
I'll shut up.
Let's just see what's happening here. Teach, you are so ahead.
I've had that conversation.
Okay, y'all.
It's just crazy.
Y'all 5 people watching this. This was all nice and formatted yesterday.
Sure it was.
It so was. I don't know how it ended up doing this.
Before or after the wine?
I didn't have one.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Teresa. Okay, so only 10 to 12% of past clients actually rehire their previous agent, even though the surveys say that 88% would do it. Only 12% actually do it. That's what you were just saying, Justin. I roll number two. Lack of follow-up and poor communication is repeatedly listed as a primary reason clients pick a different agent or don't refer or return. Industry blogs and agent education sites identify lack of follow-up or poor communication as the top reason past clients go somewhere else. Okay, so there it is. National level trade coverage in the NAR linked articles emphasizing that post-transaction follow-up was weak across the industry and that improving it boasts referral and repeat business. Okay. And we all, again, have the opportunity to do this. We have the tools. We just don't have a system and we don't have a plan and we just don't do it, or we don't set the time to do it. But y'all look, there's the starry eyes. The good news is, so we can fix all this. We can fix all this today. And that's what we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about, again, the touch program and the follow-up program, which is the most important to keep your clients and get your referrals coming. So a systematic touch program is essential to running your business effectively. This is going to go over 56 different touches that you can use, 56 plus, depending on how big your database is, how you want to do client events or whatever. But if you did just this, it would be 56. Okay. So here we go. That's in the way. But what we're going to talk about today is the importance. Let me flip over since, oh, there you go. The other tech guru. The importance of follow-up, how to build a systematic follow-up plan, effective communication strategies, different ways to add value in every interaction. Oh, look, we have somebody else. Yes. It's going to grow as the morning goes on.
I told you you were about 10 minutes too early.
I was 10 minutes too early, so we have to set our class. Look at this. We have to set our class for 9:10.
You set it for 9, we started at 9.
9:10.
I know.
Yeah, 9:10. That's gonna make me crazy without that clock up there.
Sorry.
I know, so
Down to Brazelton. I mean, I have to leave at 7.
it's okay. You're not the only one. We have 2 Zoomers up there. Okay, how to turn follow-ups into referrals, time management and automation tools, best practices for customer retention, types of people in your database and budgets for top of mind strategies. So this is all we're going to talk about today. So the people that just walked in, we started out talking about how there are so few people that actually have a follow-up plan or any kind of system to keep in touch with their database. And so that is the reason y'all are here for that, because we're going to go over all this. Hello? Oh, I thought she was going to say something. Okay, so how many agents are trying to get your market share?
All of them?
All of them. Yes, they are. And so today we're going to talk about the different ways to engage with your clients, to be top of mind so that you're the first person that they think of when you need real estate help. And if you've heard that saying, Laura, I know you have, fortune is in the follow-up, because that's what pays off. You can do your daily or your weekly or your monthly DTD2s and all that kind of stuff, but the fortune is in the follow-up for the long-term relationships and the repeat business and the referrals. So on page 142, I brought my book. I'm not going to read it because hopefully all y'all have the MREA book, that it talks about the importance of lead generation and that every single top agent that Gary interviewed to write this book. Now that was a million years ago. Look at this. More people are coming. This is awesome. I know maybe 9:15 we start the class. It talks about that the top agents that he interviewed for writing that book way back when, and I'm sure it hasn't changed today, all of them had a systematic program. Every single one of them. If they didn't, they probably wouldn't have been in that book. So you could read, if you want to, what he has to say on page 142 in your MREA book. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about the different types of people that you're going to have in your database, because this will flow straight into the follow-up program. This will follow straight up into all the plans that you could do to have your 56 touch, which will roll into the follow-up piece. And the people that just walked in that may have missed the first part, we're going to take the first part of the class and we're going to talk about getting your database kind of set up in different touches to roll the second half into the follow-up part. So first of all, to have your database in order, you need to know what kind of people you have in your database and how are you going to label these people? Are they going to be called PCSOIs, which is your sphere of influence clients or past clients? Mets, people you know. Are you going to have suspects, haven't met, advocates, VIPs, referrals, farm people, open house people. Are you gonna label them ABCs? Are you gonna label them, have levels of 1 through 10? Does anybody have their database labeled like this? I'm sure you do. Does anybody have labels or tags to their clients in Command or whatever CRM you have with tags like this? You do?
Yes.
Everybody should,
Yes.
Okay.
not these specifically, but your.
Yeah.
Your own
Yeah.
way of
Yeah.
figuring out who these people are. Okay, excellent.
It's just one.
Okay. Does anybody have, just so I could add it to the list for the next time I do this, does anybody ever have any other tagging type that they use?
Holiday card.
Like a holiday card? Yeah. Okay, so you just tag them as holiday card, and that goes to the whole, your whole database?
It goes to the people that I won't tag holiday.
Hello, this is Laura Dar. May I help you?
Oh, Laura, you need to be muted. Okay.
Yeah,
That,
Okay, let me mute her.
one of the other things that Patrick teaches.
that would
is
work. Thank you. Okay,
core
bye-bye.
buckets Instead of PCSOI,
Mhm.
using a core bucket of people.
Okay,
Went through all of my people that I have set up on automatic notifications also, and put them in as holiday card too.
everybody's getting a holiday card for Teresa. I love that. Well, I mean, that's part of the program. You'll see that. You'll see in the follow-up that there are so many different types of ways that you can keep in touch with them, and that's one of them. It's an automated whatever, email, holiday card, whichever. So, okay, so those are the different ways. I don't know what that means.
So instead
But-
of saying PCSOI, it's just a different verbiage for that.
Okay,
right?
so
Because
that's
a
what
lot
you're
of
telling me?
people Don't have past clients, right? Or they
Okay, what's
don't
it
know-
called?
He just calls it his core bucket of
Okay.
people, like, it's no different, right? You're just moving people from not Mets to Mets, or
Okay.
to your core group of people.
Okay, so you could do it like that.
Sure.
I mean, if you,
It's just interchange those two, that's.
okay, if you follow the days and the times when you should be following up with these people, it may not work quite the same.
Okay.
But if you don't have a big database, you could do it as core group or whatever. You do whatever, you do you, and you do whatever is gonna make sense to you in your database. And label them however you feel is what's gonna make sense, so that you'll actually use your database and not be the, 9% that don't, that was in the stats before. There we go. Okay, so this is just about the touch program. Like I was saying, if you follow this, this will be 56 touches to your database. And the beauty of having a system like this is that it's a no-brainer. You know exactly what you're doing every single day. You wake up, your notifications are there, your emails are there telling you what to do, your tasks are going off telling you what to do, so that you don't have to waste the time thinking, who am I gonna call? What am I gonna do? I wake up, I roll out of bed, oh my God, I gotta spend 35 minutes just thinking about like, who are my 5 people I gotta call today, depending on how many contacts you have to have a day. Because it has been proven that if you have a system, then you are going to be less frustrated. You're gonna feel like you're not as busy, and you are gonna be way more productive in your business. So that right there alone should make you want to have a system in your database. Okay, so let's get to the first part of your the program here. This is going to go based by price, budget, and time. This is how it's going to flow through here. So we know that if your first one is going to be calls, because this is the most effective to your database. I love DTD2. I follow DTD2 all the time. I've done it for years and years and years. We'll never stop it. So this is calling these database, your PCSOI, your METs, your ABCs, your ones, however you're late, your core group, not your holiday cards. We're not going to call them, we're not calling your holiday cards. I guess you could. And you're going to call them once a quarter every 13 weeks. If you don't have DTD2, let somebody know. Okay, and so then this is free. If you did birthday calls, it's free. If you did anniversary calls, it's free. Referral calls, it's free. Somebody got married, it's free. whatever you do, if you make this call, it's free, okay? This is over here. This is referral calls for people that are your VIPs. Thank yous for whatever. If you did this, only this would be 6 to 10 touches a year, and they're all gonna be accumulating down here at the bottom corner. This will be 6 to 10 touches a year to your database, to each client in your database. Okay, so right there, just do that, and you've already got a 6 to 10 touch program. But we don't want that. We want more, right? Okay, so thank you for that. Okay, so the next thing that is gonna be free will be social media. And y'all probably know a lot of this stuff, so I'm kind of repeating this beginning piece to some, but it leads up to the follow-up part. So some people are on the program of 5, 5, 5, which is 5 likes, 5 comments, 5 posts a week, or you could do 10, 10, 10, whichever one. If you follow the DTD2 program, there is a social media calendar for that. You can do the messenger on there, instant Instagram messaging or whatever platform. I do know that people are getting a lot of engagement off of LinkedIn going through that way. I don't do LinkedIn, so I can't really speak to it, but couple people that I coach have gone into that direction to do something different and stand outside of everybody else. So they're doing the messaging through LinkedIn. But anything that you can do differently than everybody else is going to set yourself apart. I do messaging a lot through this and birthday messaging because everybody else just goes on there when they get their Facebook thing and it says so-and-so's birthday and it's already populated, happy birthday, and you just do post, post, post. They're getting it 100 times from 100 people. But if you go in and send a direct message, to them, they're going to see that more than just going through whatever. So if you were to do this, then you're adding on, this is following DTD2, you could be talking to these people 10 to 14 times a year. This was just with messaging. This isn't going in and doing likes and comments. Okay. And that's all free. Okay. Emails. I suggest that you do some sort of emails 2 times a month. Whether it's a personalized email that you're creating through Canva, which is so great, we have that now, which is really easy to use. Or you do your own newsletter email, you do the automated, are they still called neighborhood nurtures?
Mm-hmm.
Neighborhood nurtures is one of them. Whatever you do, put yourself in their email. Okay, does anybody do emails at least once or twice a month? I know you do, Kat, because I get yours.
I've been doing once a week
You do once a week?
now. I
Okay.
changed it.
Do you get any unsubscribes? Does anybody unsubscribe you? Is this too much?
Just my family. The actual people.
My dad blocked me
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and I put him back in
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
blocked
yeah.
me and then he blocked me through my mom.
My father-in-law.
So I'm
He's
like,
over it.
Dad, you don't want to see what I'm doing? You don't want to see how good I'm doing? Like, can you just tell me? I'm like,
No,
but it hurts my
the actual-
feelings when I get an
yeah, the actual-
unsubscribe.
The actual clients hang in there. It's the others that are like, come on, knock it off.
Right, I know you don't chunk out my email. But this is free. I mean, you can do this, I mean, unless you do get somebody else to do it for you or whatever, but you can do this for free. So then you got your handwritten notes. If you did one birthday card a year, just to the people that are your top people, then in following the DTD2 program, you could also add in postcards. I suggest maybe using postcards for DTD2. It's a little cheaper. If you follow the calendar of that, then you would do 1 per quarter. So it's 4 times a year to each person.
What kind of postcard are you saying? Like, what's the?
I should have brought them. So like I had some made and they're seasonal. So there's 4 seasons a year. So the first one's a winter one, the quarter 2, I think it has a coffee cup. It's like 2 Starbucks cups and it has my little logo on the Starbucks cup. Then there's summer and there's a big sunshine. And then there's one for like holiday fallish, Thanksgiving. And so all I write on the back, and it's all branded everywhere. It's like, something seasonal, like happy fall, y'all, or whatever.
Sure.
And so just thinking of you, whatever. But it's cheaper to do this than it is to do another handwritten note and full on envelope.
Yeah.
So, but if you did that following, you're just doing birthday cards, just doing a postcard, And that was custom made and they were not expensive at all. They were done right up here.
Yeah, talk to Jordan too.
Okay, I don't know her, but
She's the one who's got the, yeah, so she
Yeah.
just, yeah, so she, I mean, at least talk to her, get pricing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So, I mean, the postage, it's just for postage. That's not the postcard. But if you do a seasonal one, you could just repeat them
Yeah.
until you run out. So you just do, you get them made once and you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So would the birthday cards and you're also messaging on Facebook, would that be counted as one touch or two?
I think it's two.
Okay,
Mm-hmm,
really?
for sure. I've counted as two. You're hitting them in two different directions. They're gonna probably hit two different times. If the mail gets locked up or whatever, they could be getting it the day before their birthday, then you're saying happy birthday on their birthday. I would count it as two, for sure. Okay, and then there's other reasons that you could be sending different notes. And if you did this, just added this, it's 40 to 44 times touches a year.
And Justin, if you went to the girl that you just mentioned, will she do these postcards through Command or another company?
no, so they handle all print. So they create them, like, so Anne's got her designs or whatever, she can work with you on a design to get the cards and they've done a lot of stuff internally with the office and it's been dramatically cheaper for them to bind things and do things together than for us to even go to Staples and get it done. So no different than what Anne's talking
Well,
about,
but
just
I guess
creating.
my
the
question
cards.
is, if I said, can you make me some postcards, you design it, can she make it automated in my Command? So that I'm just
It's a great
pumping
question.
it out, just, why would I, okay,
I have no clue.
okay.
To mail it through Command?
Yeah, just so she creates it, we create it, we
Yeah.
do it, and then I just hit the button.
So you're
I don't-
saying like send them off?
I
as
think
one
they're
of
just a print shop,
Okay.
if I had to
That's
guess.
Shop,
Okay.
a print mail shop.
Yeah.
All right, I'll,
Diane.
That's a good question to ask.
okay, I'll ask, thank you.
I'm gonna go back one to the social media part, because I wrote a note here. That y'all should be doing video text messaging, 100%, you should be doing video text messaging. Even if you are inviting somebody to a client event, you're inviting somebody to an open house, do video text messaging, because the engagement rate is so high. So you can use the Reach app and send out video text messages to Reach. Justin is a techie dude. He may know other ways to do it. I've used Reach forever. Everybody's in groups. So I just hit send. It hits 182 people in like 3 minutes. So, but they open those so much more than they do regular text message. You can put links, you can do anything to sign up sheets, anything. So I went back on that video text messaging. So, okay. So there we go. We're already at 50 touches a year. Okay, y'all. So now we're getting a little bit more pricey and adding other pieces. So this is when it goes into your budgeting. What can you fit in with your budget to follow up and keep in touch with these people as we start getting them, building the relationships? And again, this is what I have learned from all the coaching that I've had and what I teach the people I coach. And it works for me. So I'm teaching you what works for me. You can do what you want. So one mail piece a month. Okay, and this is to your Mets or to your PCSOI. Again, if you want to send it to everybody and you have a bigger budget and you want to put your money into here as one of your lead sources, fantastic. If you want to put it other places, that's fine too. So, and then once a quarter, you're going to pick an item of value to mail them. So they're going to get 3 mail pieces. Nope, they're going to get 2 mail because there's only 4 quarters in a year. They're going to get 2 mail pieces and an item of value. Okay, so this could be anywhere from 78 cents for the regular mailer or $1.80, depending on what your item of value is. Your item of value should still fit in an envelope. It shouldn't have a lot of extra postage. It should just be something fun, something seeds, like little holiday seeds, just something, a piece of gum. Somebody did the cute little that I was working with. They did these little sunscreen things that are in those little packs, you know, those little
Sanitizer things too.
yeah, something like that fits in an envelope. That won't be more than that. So that's your item of value once a quarter. And then your regular mail pieces go out to them as that could be something about what's going on in the market. That could be something about a CMA. That could be anything else, but your item of value is just going to be that little extra piece. Oh, you had a question. Well, you can ask it. Please ask.
I'll come back to that.
What's that?
I'll come back to that.
Okay. So that is that. Again, if your budget doesn't allow it, you do what is right for you, okay? If you want to include farming in your, as your lead gen, which I do farming, you can add farm pieces, but we're not talking about farming, I'm talking about farming, but with your PCSOI as people in your farm. So half of my neighborhood is in my PCSOI, but they're also in my farm, okay? So if I send a just listed, just sold card as a farm piece, they're also gonna get it because they fall within my PCSOI. So they could be getting this and they could be getting this. So they're seeing your face all the time.
And you're just listed, just sold
Mhm.
to your farm. Is that just homes in that farm, or do you send all your listings and all your solds?
All of them. Yeah, so if the Hartwell house that I just have under contract and will sell, that will go to my farm in Sugar Hill. Because who knows if somebody's looking for a house on Lake Hartwell. Oh, I didn't know Ann sold houses on Lake Hartwell. I'm looking for a house on Lake Hartwell. Anytime. They just want to see that Ann is doing her job. Ann is selling houses all the time. That's what it is. So it's not, I could go into farming and talk an hour on farming, but this is if you're farming and that farm falls in PCSOI, they're gonna get another. So that could be 52 to 56 touches a year if you include this, okay? So last couple of things before we get into the follow-up part. Pop buys. If you want to include pop buys, which I think is face-to-face, voice-to-voice, could be if your budget's limited, add this, take out mailing. You set your program to how you can afford it and how you have time for it. My suggestion would be to do your advocates and your VIPs once a quarter, okay? Do you know how many people you should have as your VIPs and your advocates?
As many as possible.
No. Because then you would have you could have your whole database and then you're not focusing in on that core group. It could be those people, it could be your BFF that you just feel like will one day give you a referral. It could be that past client that just loved you and wrote all these great reviews for you, never gave you a referral, but just maybe one day.
Is it a percentage of your PCS?
It is scary. Have you been to this class before?
Many times. He's super smart.
It's so smart. Okay, so how many advocates and VIPs should you have to go do your quarterly drop-bys? It should be 10%. So if you have 100 PCSOI ones, it should be 10%. So how many is that, people with math? Good math? 10. So that's all you're doing is you're doing your pop buys to your 10 people, okay? The 10%. And I usually try to keep this between $5 and $10 because you're doing it 4 times a year, $50 a year per 10 people. The larger your database goes, the larger your VIPs. So you got to remember that.
And is this part of, I might have missed this, 10% of your total database or 10%
Of your
of PCSOI?
PCSOIs or your METs or your ones, your
Right.
A's,
Right, okay.
however you've labeled them, okay? You can also give some referral gifts or whatever. Please have this set. If you don't have a marketing plan set, please have a marketing plan set up for yourself for the year. Go in like November and set up for 2026. Think about it ahead. This is part of what we talked about in the beginning is having this plan so that you're not thinking about it at the last minute and you're like, oh my gosh, it's Q3, I've got to get out my drop buys or my item of value. And then you get strapped, then you're going to dollar store trying to find all this stuff. Then you're gonna be like, I'll never get it out. And then you don't do it. And then you go into the next quarter and then it never gets done. So set up the marketing plan of what you're gonna do for the next year. So, and then I set a notice to myself in my email, send an email to myself on the 15th of the month before, check marketing plan. So I got 15 days to go into, October, to see what is my plan for October. What did I set for emails, for pop buys, for client events? What do I have to do 15 days ahead? Okay. And then client events, again, a budget thing. If you wanted to do client events, 3 a year, 1 a year, whatever. It can be whatever you choose to do. You could do pies, you can do car washes, you can meet somebody at the Buford Corn Maze and pay for their ticket, whatever. Go in with other agents. Make, go in and do the shred thing. Gary, you've done that. I do that. Go and split the cost if you don't feel like you can afford it by yourself. But the touches to that is huge when you start throwing out your client events. So we add all this, you're up to 56 at the minimum or over 59 touches a year. Okay. So, I went backwards. Okay, so there we go. So here it is. This is a budget. All that top stuff is free. All of this in the middle is going to be roughly $9 per client. Of course, if you add in more, monthly mailers, an item of value could be roughly $22. Yeah, we're taking pictures. $22 a client, again, depending on how much your item of value is. You go to the dollar store, get whatever. Pop buys, if you kept it between $5 and $10 per year, and per advocate, it's $40 per person. Farm cards, this is where you go. This happens to be what mine is, because I have about 1,000 people in my farm. And so it's running me about, it's now more. It's $780 a month because the postage went up. About that a year. And then if you do client events with the average of 350, it'll be about $1,050 per year. So keep that in mind with how you want to build your touch program and what you can afford and where you want to put your money and what lead source you want to go after. Don't try to implement all this at once. Pick a couple, put it in there, and then add more. Okay.
I'm glad you did that because this can feel a little like, wow, this is gonna cost me a crap ton of money, but to look at that, it makes it feel a little less.
I mean, some people don't do a lot of this and they just do client events.
Right.
So if you focused on 3 client events and you went all out and you did the program of 8 weeks out, you start doing your email, you do your video touch, you do your call, you do your text. So 8 weeks out is what gets the most traction on your events. If you plan 3 a month, or 3 a year, or 4, whatever, I mean, you're spending $1,000 to reach your whole database plus more, and then set a game to it. Say, I'm gonna put a goal to this and I'm gonna make this a game. I am not gonna do this event if I don't get more than 5 people I don't know. And then track it, so then that's how you get more people in your database. So, okay, well, good. All right. Okay, so just like your systematic touch program, you need a follow-up program that will back up all of your efforts that we just talked about with engaging your database. Okay, so we got this. That's all your day-to-day stuff. That is what you're doing now so that when you get them under contract, you go down the road, we keep them going, we build the relationships, we're gonna have the follow-up on it. Okay, here's some stats. Y'all, this was all so nice and pretty. These little dots were over here. They were all so good. I mean, I'm not that techie and I'm not that good at some of this stuff, but they were like that. Those were all there. Okay, here's some interesting facts here. 40% of all salespeople never follow up. Never. Okay. 25% of salespeople make 2 contacts and then they stop. 12% of salespeople make 3 contacts and then they stop. 10% of salespeople make 4 contacts and then they quit. Only 13% of salespeople make more than 5 contacts. This is if they don't get a response or they don't get, hey, sure, keep sending me the email. Hey, sure, set me up on that search report for FMLS or whatever. They stop asking. Okay, so remember this bottom part right here. Okay, all right. Okay, look at this. 2% of the sales are made on the first contact. 3% are made on the second. 5% of sales are made on the third. 10% are made on the fourth. And 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. What do you think the next slide's gonna tell you?
Stay in touch.
Stay in touch. Have a follow-up plan. No, kind of, sort of. Okay, the next one is gonna tell you 13% of the people who follow up more than 5 times are getting 80% of the sales. So if you do not have a follow-up plan to stay in touch with your past clients, people that you met at an open house, people that were referred to you and didn't call you back or whatever, you will not get that business, okay? You need to follow up and be top of mind until they say no. Okay? Key to being successful is to have a follow-up plan. Okay? So, okay, those are all run together too up there, y'all. What?
Get it together.
I would have to get somebody to help.
Feels like I did those slides for you.
I mean, I went in and checked all of them last night. Okay, follow-up has to be done to be top of mind all the time. Let me tell you about what happened with somebody that I was coaching. Okay, so if you were in this class before, you may have heard the story. That there was somebody that I was coaching that talked to somebody. Okay, they did it a couple times. They were so confident that this person was going to buy from them, they just kind of put them on the back burner and said, okay, they'll call me when they find something, because it was kind of like this land deal and it was kind of a harder thing. The buyer went by this big piece of land and saw one of those big signs, you know, those big like V signs of land for sale, called the guy on the sign, purchased the land from the guy on the sign, never told her that he was buying the property because she never kept in touch. She assumed that he was going to call her, but she wasn't being top of mind and doing her job, because their job is not to remember us. Our job is to remind them of us. And so she lost out of thousands and thousands of dollars once she found out that he bought that property, because she just didn't have him on a quarterly call or whatever call to follow up with him and keep in touch. So that's a true story, y'all. I didn't make that up. Karina's not a real name. I'm not gonna tell you what her real name is, but that's a true story. Okay, you will need to have a strategy and stick to it. Again, fortune is in the follow-up. Consistency is king here. Let's see, sometimes you need to, okay, sometimes you don't always need to lead generate for the new business, even though a lot of people say lead generate. There is so much business in your current database that if you work your database enough, you will find the business, whether or not it's from those people or that's from referrals, that's from allied resources, vendors. If you work the people you know, you will find business there. So, okay. Okay, so who to follow up with? Today, we're talking about the different clients in the lead stages. We're going to talk about lead stages. Depending on the lead stages, the different kind of follow-up, and do this every week, every month to move your clients to the pipeline and have those build relationships afterwards. Okay, I'm sure that you know that, because I'm sure Justin, the tech guy, taught you this, that in the opportunities, you can set all your lead stages with the percentages, right?
Just talked about it yesterday.
You did? Oh my God. Did you call me and tell me that? So I suggest that you edit those quarterly based on the market. Like right now, you should go in and edit those percentages for buyer being a higher percentage than seller right now. If it's shifting, those percentages should be higher for buyer, in my opinion. Does that make sense? So when they're moving through your pipeline and you're looking at that end of your potential income and possible income, you can see the difference. The buyer should be higher now, so maybe you put a little bit more focus on some of your buyers that are on the fence, and then bring down your seller percentages a little bit. That's just a side note. Okay, so here's how we're going to follow up. If you have hot leads, A's or ones, okay, these are the people that are going to transact pretty quickly. You should talk to them twice a week. Okay? Mondays, Thursdays. These are just days. These are the days I use. If you have leads, I call them leads, or B's, or 2s and 3s. These numbers, 2s and 3s, are 2, 3, and 4 months out. That's what those numbers mean. You could set a date. I do them on the 10th and the 25th. You can do them on different days. Okay, this has to be systematic, y'all. You have to wake up on the 10th and say, oh gosh, I already knew who I'm supposed to be contacting. I already knew who I have to follow up with. I need to follow up with anybody that's going to be transacting with me 30 to 180 days out, 2 to 4 months out. Those are the people on the 10th and the 25th, I know I have to be talking to above and beyond DTD2.
Do
Okay.
you have a strategy for those 2 particular days?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you say?
On the 25th?
Like why those dates specifically?
Yes, because if you call on the other ones on Mondays and Thursdays, you call these other ones on, and I didn't put the dates on the emails, but if you call on the 10th and the 25th, I'll answer this real quick. Active and pendings are on Wednesdays. Okay, so you've got 3 days right there already. And then I'll get back to it. And then cold leads are on the 15th. So your cold leads are anything that's out. Like maybe they said, call me in May when my kids graduate, because I need to downsize. This is my last, they're going off to college, blah, blah, blah. Those will be the cold leads, the 5 to 10 months out, C leads. Those you have on a system, you call them on the 15th. This is the follow-up. You've got to keep these people engaged or they will find somebody else. You will be Karina, who the guy went and called off the sign. So here's why. On my plan, or what me, not, I sound like I'm up here doing an infomercial. For $19.99 on my plan, that's not what I meant. I send an email on the 7th and the 21st. That's when my 2 emails go out every month. Unless it falls on a weekend, then I do the Friday before, the Monday after. So then you have the 7th, you're gonna email going out. The 10th, you're calling. The 15th, you're calling. The 21st, you have an email. The 25th, you're calling. And Wednesday, you could be calling. Monday, Thursday, you could be calling. And then you have DTD2 every week. So it's just breaking it all up so they see you systematically every week or every quarter. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Mhm.
So that's why those days are set like that. So you know on the 10th and 25th, you're waking up and you're calling those people. Okay? But again, set your calendar how you want, but okay. So there's different kinds of follow-up here. Teresa said that she did the automated, you don't do automated holiday cards though, right?
No, we said.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay. You said automated, so.
I mean,
you-
people that are on automatic notification for new properties, anybody I have set up.
Got it.
MLS.
That's what you meant. Okay. Okay. So there's all these different kind of follow-ups that you can do. Email follow-ups, phone call follow-ups, text. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't even know anything about that. You can do LinkedIn, you can do social media. We talked about in-person follow-ups, automated follow-ups, kind of what Teresa said. That could be considered your FMLS reports for sure. Personalized home evaluations, that's big, especially if the market's up. You might be a little hesitant right now. If somebody bought right after COVID, and then you're sending them a home evaluation right now. Look at the price before you send it to them. Because, that may not be the best thing to do. Because they could have paid top dollar and then all of a sudden the value. Okay, so you could do the neighborhood nurtures, your in-persons could be coffees, lunches, whatever, Popeyes, whatever it could be. All of these really should, besides anything that's automated, which would be like your neighborhood nurture or your FMLS, all these should be somewhat personalized. When you're sending your email that should try to be personalized, address them by their name so that it doesn't look like the neighborhood nurture. Like this is for all of like if you're doing all the follow-ups.
Neighborhood nurture is one. What's another one that you recommend doing, like an email?
When you did yours before, yours was out of command, right? But it was a newsletter.
Yeah, or we've got the Scott Leroy newsletters that you
Okay.
can automate
Okay.
those.
Okay, you and I spoke about it.
Yeah, so there's several that you can pull from, you can customize, like if you do the Scott Leroy one, instead of it just going out to everybody as generic, you can get it they'll just set up the smart plan for you, because they do a one-step smart plan, and you can go in and make, you can take it and drop it in Canva and do edits to it and that sort of stuff.
I mean, I personally recommend that you do, if you have time, make your email you.
Mhm.
You know, even if one is, if you do one on the 7th and the 21st, you do one as the neighborhood nurture that's automated, and you only have time for one more, try to make it personalized, like have 3 buckets in your email. So have like your header and your footer, those stay the same like mine is the same every single time, except the 3 buckets in the middle. So you have a real estate bucket, maybe a community bucket, and you have your house bucket. Or if you want to do if you have a hobby that you like maybe mine's tennis. Well, I know mine's tennis. So I could have, you know, like your real estate bucket, your community bucket, and my hobby personal bucket. And then change only the middle, but make it you know, so you can be real and it doesn't look so automated. That's what I suggest. Even if it's one time a month, make it who you are. Make you be a real person, not just an agent that's sending out automated stuff. So like the last email, the second email of the month, I usually do a recap of my month and the fun things I do. Like all of August, I was gone. I don't know where August went, but I put little pictures of all the places I went so that people can see I'm real. I worked my behind off, but I also have fun too. So, you know, do something like that so that you can relate to people. And so anyway, good question. You're welcome. So I chat GPT because I just love that. All of the different ways that you can follow up, types of follow-ups. And there's a million different things that you can do. Well, this isn't a million, but it gives you so many different examples of ways that you can include these steps and follow up. So yeah. So do that. If you want to pick 2 or 3 of these and really hone in on it, then do that and go and chat. Hey, what is the best way? What scripts can I use? What things can I say when I do phone call follow-ups? The one I use the most is if I haven't talked to them in a quarter, you know, because sometimes this is going around in a quarter, or since I sold their house, is, oh my gosh, I went past your old house. The yard looks amazing. You did such a great job. You blah, 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 you know, whatever. Or I went by your neighborhood. You don't have to say you were in their neighborhood, but you could be by their neighborhood as an excuse to call them. So, and reach out. So, but make sure you have a plan and include any of these that you feel is you in your process here. Okay. Consistency versus intensity. Okay. This is going to when you have to say no to people for things that you've been drugged to do things that are not in alignment with who you are, how you want your job your days to look like, who you want to be. Make sure you say no and you set the time to do what's important for your job, because this is our job, this is our career, and nurturing, building, following up, feeding our databases is our job, period. And there's a quote in there about what Gary Keller says about the importance of setting time aside to do this. There's no question, it has to be done. You don't have to do it every day from 9 to 10 or 10 to 11 or whatever. You work with what's best with your schedule, but you have to set the time aside, or these systems will never work. You will never call on the 10th and the 25th. You'll never get your emails out. You'll never do it because you'll be all over the place and whatever. Okay. So these are different ways on how to be consistent on your follow-up. So there are so many, and I think did you do a class on like cheat stuff? Like there's an app for that?
Yep.
Or whatever. Okay, so I'm sure there's a ton of things you can do out there to set up reminders, email reminders, phone reminders.
All of our stuff is in Google. We have Google, the Google Workspace is what our Colorians app is, email is through. That's got a crap ton of stuff. in
Yeah.
there.
He knows more than that. But I mean, I send email reminders to myself. That's what I do. So, and they sit in my email, and Gary's heard the story 1,000 times. They sit in my email until I complete them. And if you look at my phone right now, you will see that there's probably 4 unread messages because I don't like bubbles. Oh, there's 2. There's 2. But they will sit there until they're completed, and that will nag at me.
I do it, I send myself a text message.
That will nag at me when I see that is unread, but that's a way I get the job done because I won't delete it till it's gone. So that's just personalized follow-ups. I mean, AI, that AI can remind you. There's a million different ways to have this stuff set, so you do it and you don't forget it, okay? I have found that there is, two apps, you may have talked about this. These are, this one is called Tap Tap. And it is, all it is like a hashtag tap. I mean, do you know what this one is? Okay, of course you do. And so what it does is it tallies up how many times you call people. And so it keeps track, like that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so I made 11 contacts on Monday. I made 8 on Tuesday. I made 8 on Wednesday, and I haven't done Thursday because we're here. But you just go in there, and as you call, you just hit it and you hit it and you hit it. So if you have a goal of I'm going to make 10 contacts today, you just have this down there and you hit it and you hit it and you hit, and it will keep track of how many you've made per week versus trying to, tally mark it or go back into your database and do it. This works for me. I don't know, because it's not distracting. It's super easy. There's not a lot. There's also Habit Tracker. Did you talk about that one? Okay, that's a good one too. So Habit Tracker is really good. You can set any habit up to go in there and make sure you pay your bills. The finance committee, we talked a lot about paying your bills on a certain day. Are you paying your bills on a certain day? Are you making these calls? Are you doing your DTD2 on Mondays? So Habit Tracker is a really good one. And it's really fun because it's really colorful and has all the bright fun stuff. The other one is very simple, so you don't get distracted. So those are 2 apps that I find that I'm using right now that are really good to keep you on track and be consistent with whatever you're doing. So, okay, so use some kind of system to remind you to sit down and do these things. Okay, so we talked about time blocking, that the most important thing to do in the beginning of the day is, or whatever time works for you, depending on your schedule and your family life, that you need to be working on your business and not in your business as your priority. So on your business is the lead gen, is relationship follow-up, is follow-up in your database, whatever. In your business is all the stuff of doing contracts, and sometimes I would rather do that than do the other, but I'm just a real person, who wants to do lead gen all the time. Okay, so that's about the time blocking. Oh, look, we're almost done. So this is pick to something and stick to it. When you're consistent with it and you have a plan, it will work. It will grow. Your database will grow, your leads will grow. I promise you. I promise you. I'm very fortunate to have a very good business. And it's all because of this. 100%. I will tell you, when I started with my coach, I don't even know how many years ago, I probably need to go back and look at that. If I did not implement that what he taught me and still do it today, I would not be where I am. Promise you, would not be. So that's what I'm saying. And that's not on coaching. That's just on implementing a system and sticking to it. So, let's see, is there anything else? Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay, does anybody have questions on anything? I kind of rolled through the last part rather quickly, but it's the same as the beginning, is having a system and making sure that you're following the things on days like DTD2, your follow-up system to your clients is the same.
What did you say the app name was, the first one?
Tap Tap,
Tap Tap.
TAP, yes, and then Habit Tracker, yeah, Tap Tap. So it's so elementary that you're gonna be like, am I missing something?
Yeah.
Like, it should be harder, but it's just so, that's all it is.
Are there any other apps that other people are using?
Question,
Are there any other apps that other people are using?
any other apps other people are using that is helping them with tracking
Yeah.
or
Or anyone in the room that might be using?
follow up or reminders?
Yeah,
Make sure that if I'm putting it on the calendar, it's done by the end of the day, even if I have to stay up late. It's just a habit I've always had.
Like your Google Calendar?
I can't, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
did you hear that, Laura?
half of it.
She just said that she has it on her Google Calendar, and if it's there, it gets done. She doesn't go to bed till it's done.
I mean, if you live in the Apple world and you've got an Apple phone, or, reminders will
Yes.
attach to your calendar, so you can set reminders, set dates. That'll do the same thing.
Mhm.
It'll show up on your calendar as a task on your calendar that needs to be done. So you can set certain times.
Mhm.
Also, I send alerts with my calendar.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
you know, I know.
Yeah,
that
then it shows up.
Yeah,
Right.
Keep reminding me like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say command.
I use the task in command.
I use
Yeah.
the tasking
I love it.
command all the
After every
time.
Call, I take notes, I set the task up for the next
Mm-hmm.
time I'm gonna talk to them.
Yep.
I set them all for 7 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
so when I come in and I pull up my dashboard, there's all the calls I gotta
I'm
make that morning.
not yet,
Yeah.
Right.
you know.
Because it is there. I
Coming
mean,
in, yes.
if we're working with our database and we're trying to stay in touch with everybody, if that's gonna be your CRM, that's where you need to be living during the time that you're doing this stuff. So it's easy to make your notes and set your tasks and set your future reminders and the opportunity, or the smart plan for setting tasks for you to do as well if they're not being automated. So it's
Yeah.
a great spot to live in.
So the command, you have to get up and go to it to see the task, or does it contact you? It doesn't contact you in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So you would have to just be, because that's what I don't do.
Well,
Like everything's set up,
yeah.
but I don't wake up and go there.
well, so I
That's my
set,
reason I haven't done.
I
it.
set an email, a calendar reminder every day at 9 o'clock. It comes to my email and it says check task
Okay.
every day. And so then I go into the command task and I check every task that's due today.
Gotcha.
And so like every Monday, it'll say call A&W, email so-and-so, check your task, lead gen, blah.
And I believe
every
you can
Monday.
access all that through your command app as well. So instead of
The
like, I
app?
have a habit, every morning, the first thing I do is go through my emails, right? My Gmail, I have a couple. I'll go through it. So I mean, eventually that's what I'm gonna have to do is just the first thing I do is check my email and check my command and I'm done. I don't.
Check your command app. You can make calls through there, take your notes.
Yeah, I've used that.
Yeah,
It's just, that's not my first thing. which-
Yeah. yeah.
Then you're moved on at very.
That's why I have to set a reminder to go in and check it, because if there's something that's due today, like a due diligence deadline and you forget, and it's on your task as due diligence end date today, and you get on with your day and you check your thing, you're like, oh my God, look, there's a sale at Loft, I better go there. And then you lost track of the time, and then all of a sudden there you go and you have an appointment, and then half your day's gone, you're like, holy fire, my due diligence is ending today and I didn't hear from the other agent, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I have to set the email reminder, and it sits there unopened until I go in and check all my task.
And if you
So-
really want to nerd out, you said use ChatGPT to pull a lot of the stuff together. If you start something, you're like, hey, I'm trying to get ideas about social media posts, I'm trying to get whatever. You can also assign ChatGPT to send you reminders.
Yeah.
And it will email you, or it will pop up on your, if you have ChatGPT app on your phone, it will literally give you a pop-up that says, hey, task, go do X, Y, and Z, because you just told ChatGPT you wanted to do a social post every morning at 9 o'clock. It will alert you at 9 o'clock to go
Yeah.
do your social post.
Crazy.
So I know you already said that, but command does not have any kind of notification or alerts we can set. Okay.
No,
I don't think so.
not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so. I don't think it does.
We've talked about it amongst the other people, and
Mhm.
it's been submitted to labs, but
Mhm.
I can't imagine it would be far off. I mean, it's not that.
I mean, in our worlds, it's hard because we're pulled in 1,000 different directions between our home life, our work life, whatever life you have. And so you have to have a system to stay on top of these things, because there's so much that we do. There's so much that just in this world of our careers and our jobs that we have to manage. So not only do we have to lead generate to keep our businesses afloat, we have to manage our contracts, we have to manage our people, we have to, massage this, we have to go put signs out, we have to, whatever it is, transaction coordinator, marketing, there's so much that we do that you have to have a system for this. Or like I just said, I would rather work in my business than work on my business sometimes, but if you don't flip that, you won't have a business. So there has to be a systematic way for you to do it. So you wake up, put your feet on the ground and say, it's the 10th, I know who I gotta call today. You already know. So that's all you do. So. Okay. So good questions. Anything else? Or your emails, when your emails go out or whatever. So
What do you say in your emails?
Mine are all, my marketing person does mine, thank goodness. And so we change them every 2 weeks, or we change them on the 7th and the 21st, depending on what it is. Like this last one that went out, it was all about the rates. It was we did a question and answer about the rates. Cause what's what the topic was right now, all about the rates. Is it the right time to buy? Da, 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 da. So, and then I followed it up with a video. So I'm like, if you got my email, here's what was in there. Is it the right time to buy? Yes, it is. So, that's what it was. And then we did, I forgot what's at the bottom. Oh, I do always put my houses in the bottom, like all my under contracts, just listed, whatever, just sold. Cause again, people want to know that you're selling stuff. People want to know you're in business.
Put me on your email list. So I can stalk you.
I can do that.
Take on, yeah, please.
I don't really send it to, I send it to my coaching people, but I don't really send it to a lot of other
Okay.
people, but I can do that.
Uh,
Cause then then I won't be different, cause people will stop copying. I forgot what was in the minute. There may have been something about, not Halloween. That was in my newsletter. I forgot what was in the middle. Real estate was in the top, the stuff was, the houses were in the bottom. I forgot what was in the middle, but anyway. So she personalizes them every two times. So, cause that's who I am, and they're pretty, and there's flowers and there's color, and that's me. And so I wanted to represent who I am. And so when my postcards go out, they're hot pink and black and polka dots, and that's who I am. And so when they see me, that's my branding. They're not gonna get anything different than what they see come across in their emails or in their mailboxes.
I tried hot pink and polka dot.
Work for you, Gary. We have to be differentiators in this world. I think if you did hot pink, you would definitely set yourself apart. I think you should try it.
So if you're not using command, what system is your emails or is your marketing person sending it out with your video and all? Okay.
Correctly.
But you can do through command.
No, I know, I'm just curious.
We can,
You
but
did-
I
Just here to- I'm
Drop
just here
the
to-
video.
I don't want my marketing person, I don't want her in my command. Like, I don't want her to see my business. She's not my assistant. She's just a marketing person. So I don't want her in my what I've sold. I don't want her in there.
So
She has another-
It sends it to you, you drop it in MailChimp.
Yeah, she
sends
does
it.
all that. Yeah, so, we could do it through MailChimp 100%, but I don't want her.
No, no.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just,
No, it's 100%.
I never did
No,
I never did an email through command with a video, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Does it look nice? Have you seen it? Does it good? Okay.
I don't know the answer.
you can do it,
That's
through
That's what I'm
MailChimp directly, because you do it as a YouTube video.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm really curious to know what video text messaging is. You mentioned in social media, video text messaging.
She said reach app, reach.
That's through Reach. That's the
Yes,
app
I have
Reach.
Okay.
You just do like, we have a pumpkin event coming up. And so I did a little thing with these little scarecrows, and I'm like, it's time, sign up for our pumpkin event. And then that's just a little video. It's like 30 seconds, telling where it is, what the date is, whatever. And then that will go through Reach. So you do the video, and then you can do another little text right underneath it, and that has the link and all the details to the event. And they just click the link and they can sign up through the Google spreadsheet. But that Reach is where you can do a lot of people really quick, and it's $6.99 a month, but it comes across as me. It says, it's me, it's Ann. It's got my little picture, whatever. Where the unpaid version it comes up as the number. So they know it's me sending it. So to me, to send 182, and the only reason I know, because I'm getting ready to send it, 182 people in 2 to 3 minutes and coming up as myself is worth $6.99 a month, for sure.
You add yourself to make sure that it came through.
Yes, I have a group of me and my
Okay.
husband. And I'll send it, and he'll be like, hey, get ready. And he goes, stop testing me. Stop using me as your tester. Get ready for your. And I sell Mary Kay too. So I have a Mary Kay group. And so when I have something Mary Kay, I send it to them. So you can set up a bunch of different groups. You can set up all of your database. You can set up it's unlimited. You can do how many you want. You can just do your PCSOI just for events. You can set up all the different groups you want to set up in the Reach. Well worth $6.99. I don't know if Tulio or whoever, I don't know that either. I don't know if they do something like that, because that's through command. I don't know.
It's
if
not through command, like, it's just a third party thing that can
Okay.
integrate into command, so it's not actually part of command
Okay,
to do that.
so I didn't know if they
Yeah.
had, that had a system. I don't ever want to take away from command using third parties. But I didn't know if they did. I didn't think they did, but what's that?
I just like to poke it.
Feel free to stay back there.